just sat down and started grooving. I mean, I don't even think I talked to anybody. I mean, I don't even, do we knock on the door? The door was probably open. It was like an ashram.
Yeah.
We walked in and we were in Dada's living room, and I didn't know Dada or anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I saw any Indians. I saw all my people and I sat down.
Right.
We had our packs. We sat down. And everybody's chanting and grooving, and that's when I had my first darshan of Maharajji. There was like, you know, what I later found out was called the tucket, like the bed bench with the red plaid blanket and a million flowers, because it was Dada's living room puja altar, and there was a nice picture of Maharajji. And so I look at the picture and I'm chanting along and my heart's open. You know, out of nowhere, all of a sudden I'm with everybody.
Yeah.
Out of the teeming railway station and lost in India, 20 years old, all of a sudden I'm with everybody. And it's really nice.
Yeah, it feels like home.
Yeah, it was home. And then I really had darshan of Maharajji. And then I noticed a few people coming in and out of some door from the living room. And, you know, it wasn't that uptight like a silent meditation course could seem to be. So I said to whoever was on the other side, Ed was on one side, he didn't know what was going on either. I said to her, you know, what's going on? Or like, is Maharajji here? Or where's Dada? Is Dada here? Is this Dada's house? I mean, the rickshaw while dropped me off, but the sign didn't say Dada's house or Mukerjee, right? It was just where they lived.
For Church Lane.
It wasn't an ashram.
Yeah.
So they said they're going in to see Maharajji. He's in the bedroom. So I can't remember. I wasn't like that avid hot. I was already having darshan, but somehow, so I didn't jump right up to go there. You know, it wasn't that mood at that time.
Right.
People weren't fighting to get to his feet right then either, because it wasn't that crowded. But then eventually, I got in that room with Maharajji by myself and with Dada. Somebody must have taken me in there, but I'm forgetting, you know, or pushed me in that direction. And I said, oh, I just go and follow so-and-so, you know.
Yeah. So you went in by yourself?
Yeah, somehow they shooed me in, you know, with Dada, and Dada was like twirling a towel to keep the bugs off Maharajji or make a wind. Again, I never knew what was going on. There was a gray-haired Indian Brahmin guy with a white shirt and a black vest with his beanie stuck in it probably, and a dhoti wrapped around, not even like a skirt, but you know, a dhoti. So he looked like a pasha or a sultan, but he was just a nice old gentleman. I later found out it was Dada, and twirling a towel around, probably orange, over this ancient Baba's head who's sitting there in a fighting posture on some kind of bed or a tucket, you know. And smiling and welcoming me, who doesn't speak English. And I go in and bow down, and I don't even remember what he did. But I'll tell you what I do remember is Dada said something like, oh, you have come. I don't know if Maharajji said, but you know, that's what I heard. Something, oh, you have come. You know, it's Indian English, like as if they were expecting me. I don't know what. I didn't even have time to make a story out of any of this. It just happened, you know. Yes. You know, I don't know. Maharajji. I didn't even know how to say Babaji then, probably. And I don't know. Dada said, Maharajji says, take this prasad, and he gives me a banana. You know how it was with Maharajji? Yes. We who studied with Maharajji, this is what it was like. This is what we studied. Have a banana. I mean, the first Maharajji story, I think, is that I had my darshan of Maharajji doing kirtan with the satsang. That's like, for me, my first Maharajji darshan and story that's meaningful.
And the presence.
Like I met the big Maharajji, then I went in the room and I met Maharajji. And the Maharajji in the room left a week later, but that big Maharajji didn't seem to leave. And the one in the room died a year or two later, but that big Maharajji never left me or something. So that's my Maharajji, what mine means in this case, my guru. I don't know how, again, I have no memory of how we found ourselves in that room. Were you in that room alone? Were you in that room with somebody like Raghu? Were you in that room alone? Yeah. Did we go in one by one? Was that the custom? Was it like a private interview with Goenka? I don't remember it.
No.
I don't remember how. Also, I didn't have anything special to ask. Like, can I have a Gayatri mantra? Or I wasn't even a disciple.
Right.
I didn't, you know, I was just there in the satsang being taken care of by Maharajji and his 60 or 80 loving hands, including Dada and Mrs. Dada, Mrs. Mukerjee,
Yeah,
Didi.
Yeah.
Dada, Didi, and Dudu, and Dada, and the grandmother Didi, and the niece and
Auntie,
daughters,
yeah.
Auntie Didi, and I didn't even know which was what. It was great.
Yeah.
It was so loving. And they were like grandparents and parents to us, even though they never saw us till the day before. So loving. And equal to all. And so I was in the room, and this is exactly what happened, what was said. Because, not so much was said. I can remember what was said. Dada says, Maharajji says, take the name of Jesus. I think he said, take the name of Yeshu. So, I'm, surprised, but also not that surprised. How appropriate that he should name me Jesus. Again, like the banana. I don't know, he said, take the name of Yeshu. And I said, Yeshu. Or, maybe I even said, what's Yeshu? And he said, that's Maharajji's name for Jesus. That's what we call Jesus in Hindi. He probably said, I don't know. That's, take the name of Yeshu. He didn't say Yeshu's your name. He said, take the name of Yeshu. So I, again, I didn't have much to say except, and then I was out. So you know how it was. It was so family there. It was like, could you? I don't know. You have siblings, right? I have 2 siblings. You can never do anything in our house without everybody knowing about it. The minute you did anything, everybody would know about it or ask you about it, or you'd tell them because you'd come out and then you'd be in the next room with 5 of them. So somebody said, like, what happened? I said, he named me Yeshu. And I don't remember who it was. It was one of the elders who had been there a little while longer. It wasn't Krishna, Mira, Danny,
Right.
He said, what? Somebody who was familiar with the name schemes. Had never heard anybody name Jesus or Buddha. He said, what? I said, oh. So yeah, Dada said, take the name, Maharajji says, take the name of Yeshu. And then my friend said, that's how they say in English, take the name of Ram. It means like repeat the Ram mantra. Take, constantly say Ram. Take the name of Yeshu. It's like say Yeshu, Yeshu, Yeshu.
Yeah.
So that was that.
Funny.
Is that funny?
That's
that was the day I
funny.
didn't get named. Everybody wanted to get named. I didn't even think about it. That was the name I thought I got. That was the day I thought I got named. It was the day I didn't get named.